ticket holder of the Jets, I'm going to pull Ken O'Brien of California Davis.
Obviously, the Jets know something that, the people up there don't.
Fullback, hello. Roger Vick, Jeff Lageman.
Jets just don't understand the dress all about.
Blair Thomas, running back, Penn State. Johnny Mitchell. The New York Jets select tight end from Penn State, Kyle Brady. Vernon Golson.
Cleveland traded the 5th pick to the New York Jets. And with the 5th pick in the 2009 NFL Draft, New York Jets select Mark Sanchez.
D. Milner.
Dino Smith. Jets select quarterback Christian Hackenberg.
Sam Darnold.
The New York Jets select Zach Wilson.
Future Pro Bowler, Elijah Moore.
Michael Carter, running back.
That was a long delay.
Oh, man.
Oh, my gosh.
I got to tell you, I never really paid attention to that, the whole intro. Sometimes it's going on my head. I got stuff thinking. Stuff over here.
Doing stuff.
Oh, man. And it kind of like, it was so nice to see, but it also kind of hurt my heart a little bit.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Some of these picks, I don't know if we've ever talked about it, Bean. What's the one draft pick, that first rounder, that just kind of made your heart sink to your stomach?
Oh, you know what? It's, all right. There's a few, but like the most recent, let me tell you, that sad to say.
I know exactly what you're going to say. I'm going to guess it.
Go ahead, guess it.
Sauce Gardner.
No.
Oh,
that didn't touch. I was confused, but by Sauce. But the one, he's my favorite Jet right now. Favorite.
Okay.
But when we drafted Quinnen Williams, I could not get myself to understand it. I was like, what? Because I had spent the previous 6 months or so defending McCagnon, that hey, he's been getting Bowles, his dudes, Darren Lee, the two safeties. Now Bowles is the problem. Once he's gone, McCagnon, and he had the worst. Dude, that whole draft, I was like, people were like, GreenBean, you're a fucking idiot. We told you. On Jetnation, it was the worst.
Oh,
but
man.
that was a bad one. But let me tell you, man, so that was the most recent. The one that really knocked my socks off, and I was actually at the Alice in Chains concert in the Fillmore, Miami Beach. The first time I saw the new singer with Alice in Chains, I was there. I had backstage and all, and it was a great fucking time, but I was watching the draft, right?
Uh-huh.
And we traded Revis. And then we picked, in that, I was like, anybody but D. Milner. The guy's never going to be healthy. Never. And we picked D. Milner with the pick. I'm like, I don't know. It broke my heart.
Yeah.
I was like, so anyway, what about you? Is there a draft pick that
I think the oldest one that I remember that feeling just utter disappointment was Jeff Lageman. Now, Jeff Lageman turned out to be a decent Jet,
He did.
But for some reason, and I don't even remember, I was a kid, but I don't remember who else was in that draft that I was really pining for, that I was yearning for. But I remember when they took Lageman, and I just felt like everything just went.
Well, Lageman is the one, that clip, I have it in there. It says, it's obvious that the Jets just don't know what to draft. That's Lageman.
Yeah.
That's after Jeff Lageman. I liked Jeff Lageman, but again, that was, I guess we were I was probably 17, right? 16.
Yeah, probably about that. I figured I was around 12 or 13. So
yeah, so I was paying attention, but not like we pay attention. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I was just oh, your defensive end. Okay, great. Edge, whatever. Yeah. But I remember that, man. So hey, dude, what's up, everybody? Me and Dom just started chatting. We're like, hey, oh shit, we're live.
We got some good feedback from the chat. They were all spitting out. I mean, Hackenberg doesn't count because by that point, I was just like, you got to be kidding me with this McCagnon guy.
Well, I'll tell you what, Hackenberg does count, and I'll tell you why, Dom. Because everybody and their mother out there said he might not even be draftable. He's so bad. And like he had all the measurables, right? He was the height, the strength, the lead, the beep, he had all this stuff, but he sucked nonetheless. The fact that McCagnon used a second round pick and he was nervous somebody was going to steal him. He almost traded up to get him. He tried to.
If I could ask McCagnon one question, if I could interview him and ask McCagnon one question, I'd want his process on why Hackenberg there. Tell me all about it. I need to know. Well,
when you look at McCagnon, right, you look at McCagnon's whole history here. Number one, he didn't know shit. And you could see it clearly. Like he always just took like the consensus guy, right? He was very big with his first pick. Didn't matter what position it was, consensus. It was like he trusted everybody else. He read the papers is the way we say it, right? He read the papers and he took, didn't matter who it was. If it was a fit, didn't matter. He took them. And he did that. The other thing was so we know now he didn't allow his scouts to talk to the coaches. Like that was the thing that he did. He didn't want the coaches tainting his scouts. Fucking, what is that? I have no idea what that is. But yeah, man, like, so he had these ideas on what needed to be, like, look, he drafted 2 offensive linemen in 5 years.
Yeah.
He spent huge on numerous middle linebackers and defensive tackles. Like for whatever the reason, he thought defensive tackle, middle linebacker, safety, that's the way to go. Like that's what he did over and over and over again. It really is madness, man.
Yeah.
And I'm just so happy that they got rid of him. And, the whole way after the draft, okay, yes, it's stupid. It's embarrassing, the whole thing. But if that's what needed to happen in order to get us to the point where we realize, like, holy shit, we are heading in the wrong direction fast. Like, look, Gase left the room when we drafted Quinnen Williams. Like, he left. He didn't come back the rest of the draft. Like, I mean, that's a petulant child. You know what I mean? I'm not defending it. But the point is the same. Like 9 out of 10 Jets fans, as much as Quinnen was like the guy, everybody went, what?
Yeah.
Like, why?
Yeah.
Why him?
Josh Allen was sitting there pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So
let's say hello. So I see Matthias Simon, Rob V, Kareem, and Ant-Man took us in here first. They were here chatting it up. Jets Forever's Green Heart. I put that up a little bit ago. Jason Zayas is here. That's right, man. We're rocking it. Our buddy Hank is here. Dakota's here. Shenrock. That's what I'm calling you from now on. Shenrock 18. That's you. We want sap. There it is, Hank. That's right. Let's see. We got Fish Laska. Look at that. Hello to you. Fish Laska. I like that. I'm going to have to catch up, though. Our good buddy Indy Jets is in the house. Indy Jets, you got to forgive me, man. I know you were reaching out. My world swirls. I'm just now landing in a place. I was talking to Dom where I'm looking at the hall. So I'll reach out to you on Instagram and we'll have a conversation. Okay, buddy? I definitely wasn't ignoring you. I just couldn't get my brain around it. So I know you were reaching out. My bad. All right. CT Jets fan is here. F Brady is here. Right on. Our buddy Dark Soldier's in the house. Right on, man. Kaz is here. What's up to you? Joey G. There he is. Duncan's here. Nathan's here. This is a great group of people, man. Look at everybody. Awesome. Malone. Now, Dom, how do you say this? I've asked it before. How do you, is it Malone Lob? Malone Labay?
Man. Yeah. I'm trying to think outside the box here.
It means something. Come and take them. That's what it means. Come and take them. Right, Malone?
Mullen Lobby.
Let me see how to say it.
That's exactly what I'm going to do. Use the old
pronunciation. We're going to get this done. Hold on. How to pronounce Malone Labe. Here it goes. I've done this before. Wait. Hold on. I got to do.
Go ahead.
Come on. What's going on? Mullen Labe.
Mullen Labe.
All right. We did it. Mullen Labe. Come and take them, bastards. I dare you. That's what it is. Bill Leibold's here. Mullen Labe's in the house. There it is. All right, I got to catch up. I see Dane. I see Sneakers to Boots. Leo's here. Aurora, Dakota. Everybody's in that. Dylan's here. Our good buddy Dylan.
Hey, Dylan.
From
What's up, pal?
Jetnation Radio. And we'll start this with a super chat. Thank you, Jay Taylor. I do appreciate it. How would you feel about doing a first-round pick swap with the Packers as part of the deal? Well, I'll tell you what, Taylor. Jay Taylor, that is. We've explored pretty much everything at this point, haven't we? Like, if we have deconstructed this one, but get into what he says, like, so as part of it or as the deal, like, so Dom, let's say there's a second round pick and then they want to switch. They want to flip flop. So we go back to, they have 17, if I remember correctly.
15. They have 15. We have 13.
15.
It's a difference. It's a difference of about 125, which is like a low third round pick. It's not a bad option, and it's
I like it too.
It's something. I mean, listen. Who knows what's going to happen? But if that's like a swinging point, if they want an extra pick, if they want that 2025 third rounder, this and that, and who knows where they're really drawing their line and where they've dug their heels in this whole thing. But hopefully that, JD still has that one in the chamber and he can pull it out and fire it. Hey, listen, you want the extra third rounder? We'll just do the pick swap in the first. You take at 13, we'll pick at 15. There's your third rounder. Now beat it. Scram.
Right. Yeah, right. Scram. It is an interesting thing. If this is true, all this hubbub about that, there was a pretty much a handshake deal. Everything was agreed upon. They said, yeah, go ahead. We are good. Go talk to Aaron Rodgers. See if you can get our difficult little fella to agree to come to your team. And everything was good. And then the Packers go, you know what? We want more. Like, if that's real, then I hope Joe Douglas waits him out, smokes him out. Let's just teach him a lesson. That's what I think. At the end of the day, you're going to get a fourth and Corey Davis, and that's what you're going to do. Or you're going to pay $60 million. I don't give a shit. Go ahead. I'll fucking draft a quarterback at 13. What do I care? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, all right. Okay, fine. I take Will Levis. There you go.
I know that Jets fans are like, some of them are hanging like, hey, like there's only one egg in the basket. But and there's a slight chance, like we're talking minuscule chance of it happening. But if it kind of filtered, we got into the summer, we got into training camp and filtered out, like, we'll have another quarterback in here. Is it going to be somebody of Aaron Rodgers' stature? Probably not. But, I would rather, as a Jet fan, I mean this, and I'm probably in the minority here, but I would rather have to deal with that, the falling out of having to, scramble and go trade for a Tannehill or a Kirk Cousins or somebody along those lines, or figure that out, as opposed to just bending over and saying, okay, Green Bay, here you go. Here's 2 first-round picks. Here's Jermaine Johnson. Here's whoever you want. Take them. You know what I mean? Because that's the new one. Jermaine Johnson seems to be.
I saw that. What is that? Get out of here. Get off our Jermaine Johnson, man. Joe Douglas worked for 3 hours to trade up to get. He called every team in existence to. You want to take him? Get out of here. Beat him. Go find your own players. I'm going to give you picks. Go find your own players. Figure it out.
Yeah.
I think Joe Douglas is gonna left hook him. That's what I think. I think they're being fools. Did you hear the ex-president of the Eagles came out? What did he say? Let me say it the right way. I made a tile out of it, so I have access to it here. Here he goes. This is Joe Banner. He says, believing the Jets will do something that will reflect impatience is not leverage. That's just hoping they're stupid. And a fucking great line that is, man. Yeah. He's like, dude, you can't fabricate leverage. You can believe it all day, but you really don't have much. The Jets could literally just pivot. We could go get Lamar if we want. We could take a swing that way. You can go trade for Matt Stafford. You can settle down and grab another kid. Why not? Just take him. Fuck it. Will Levis, come on in. Or whoever. You know what I mean? Just as an example, you could do it. Yeah, sure. We've had bad luck. Third time's a Trump. Who cares? We're going to get better play at the quarterback position this year than we did last year. I'm sure of it. I have no concerns. They'll figure it out and let Green Bay sit there and eat the 60 grand or the 60 million bucks this year and get dick burgers for their brand new quarterback, Jordan Love. And I don't know if you know this, man, but dick burgers, not good.
Not tasty. Not a tasty burger.
No. Even though it sounds like it might be, it's not. I wanted to say hello to Y2K.
Hey.
Yeah, he's in here. What's up, buddy? And Mitt Flair, look at this guy. I love the Milner pick at the time. See, I don't know, Mitt. I had the presence of mind. He was, remember they were doing all the next-gen stats? He was like the best ever with these next-gen stats. But he was never on the field, dude. And it was just, I knew it. Like, number one, you can't take Revis, trade him, and then use his pick on a cornerback. You can't do that to the kid. Yeah. He's going to perpetually be compared. He's going to fail. Like, I knew just on that level alone. And then you take a kid who's he's always injured. Like, it was just stupid. You have to know the dynamics. You got to know what to do and what not to do when in Rome, dude. You don't bring your chopsticks to the Italian restaurant in the dead center city of Rome. You don't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's a good case in point for the rationale that says you never draft to fill just a positional need. You know what I mean? Because you're going to end up always drafting. Oh, cornerback's our biggest need. We just traded Revis, so on and so forth. Let's go get a cornerback. Even though he might be the 20th or 30th best player on the board, we're going to go and get him at 9. Especially take into account all the other stuff. Like you said, he's not on the field, injury risk, this, that, and the other thing.
Yeah.
So
it's just true. Like, and that's the thing, Rex, and make no mistake, we blame Idzik all day, but it was Rex. Rex did that, dude. All right. Yeah. Rex was in charge. He got Tannenbaum fired. Yeah. He was still, you think Idzik came in here and was all of a sudden the boss of Rex Ryan? Bullshit. Those were Calvin Pryor, Sheldon Richardson, D. Mill. Those are Rex. They got
Quentin
Rex.
Copels.
Quentin Copels, they got Rex written all over him, man. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real here, right?
For sure.
So look at this. Dane O checking in with an interesting little idea. So, you realize what I would have, the amazing person I would have to be to pull this off. But he says the idea has been pitched by me and FM, that FM and JF, Jets Forever, is GreenBean in disguise, driving engagement for fellow creators. So I am Jets Forever and FM. I mean, look, dude, that must mean that you think very highly of me and my abilities. But let me just remind you, if my wife didn't exist, I wouldn't even be able to live stream with you guys. Like, I'm an idiot. Dom saw it. Dom, look, when I was down at the Senior Bowl, I stayed in a hotel room with Dom C for a couple days. And Dom C, at one point toward the end of our stay together, he just said, "Thank God for Meryl. You're my wife." I said, "What the hell would you do without her?" I'm like, yeah, I got the gift of gab. I can do this shit all day. I can go on a stage in front of 1,000 people. I don't care. That's what I have. Anything else? Fucking, I ain't being Jets Forever and FM and me. There's no way I can pull that off, Tom C. Yeah. All right, we got to catch up here, but I see there's lots of good. You guys had lots of good examples. I see Sanchez. I see Dwayne Robertson. I see lots and lots of good stuff. You guys are amazing. That's the thing with Hackenberg too. What made Hackenberg an even worse pick is that because we had him, McCagnon wanted him to play. So he purposely didn't take Mahomes or Watson. Watson was the pick. Like, Mahomes had a lot of question marks. It was a riskier pick. Andy Reid, perfect place for Mahomes. Watson, no matter where he went, he was going to be a stud. And at the time, before we knew about his propensity for massages. But anyway, but that's why. So the Hackenberg not only, took a second round pick, he also was the reason we didn't draft a quarterback in a joke. We let both of them just slide by. Yeah, we don't need them.
And there was a lot of rumors that there was coaches in the room or scouts in the room that were kind of pushing the Mahomes narrative. They wanted him, and it was just shut down.
Shut down. McCagnon was like, "Meh, meh, meh, meh." He can't hear anything. Beep, 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 beep. Anyway, Mr. Downtown check-in in Hackenberg. Oh, look at this. There it is. Oh, dude, I swear to you, I didn't even read that. And I was talking like this. So, Mr. Downtown, what that
Yeah, you
means
guys
is
are here.
we're in sync there, buddy. I saw Mr. Downtown on Twitter. I just followed you. I think it was yesterday. Did you see it? I don't follow many people, Mr. Downtown, but I followed you. Why? I don't know. I guess I was in a good mood. I don't know.
You just pissed off the rest of the chat. They're like, oh, that
Why don't he
motherfucker
follow
doesn't
me?
follow me.
Well, you got to reach out. Mr. Downtown reached out, and I just went, fucking follow him.
Yeah.
You know, it's not by design. I don't know. Anyway, you're correct. And obviously, because we just talked about the whole thing. Randy Hamilton checking in. Hey, Green Bean, I'm here. You forgot me. I didn't forget you, man. No way, Randy Hamilton. How could I ever forget you, buddy? Who's
Good
Randy
stuff.
Hamilton? No, I'm just kidding. No, it's like, look, man, there's a lot. It's just the chat happens fast, right? Like I got into it. I did a live stream yesterday, Dom.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody put a super chat. So I'm giving a super chat a nice chunk of time, like I like to do. If you're going to give a donation to the channel, it's going to be worth your dollar. That's how I see it, right? Especially a $5 and up. I'm going to do that. So he was trolling me. He said like, hey, I think the Jets are interested in Sterling Sharp and Ed Lacy. And I went, when the fuck was the last time Ed Lacy played? Let me look into the and everybody's going nuts. He's trolling you. He's trolling you. I'm like, of course he's trolling. I mean, Sterling Sharp, I was watching him in 10th grade. You know what I mean? Like, of course. But it's like, but anyway, it took me a while to get down there and see everybody yelling. He's trolling you. And this guy's like, he sucks. This guy don't read the chat for shit. I'm like, yeah, you dude, I'm one guy. You gotta give me a second, Randy Hamilton. I would never forget you. Just know that. Never, ever. The main catch, our good friend. After this one, we're going to jump into this mock. I see there's maybe a couple more super chats. We'll get in there. I see my buddy Leo's up here. Thank you, guys. I see Braden and Finnegan. All the beanbaggers are coming in. Harry's here and so many others. But the main catch checking in. Thank you, buddy. He says, I like the idea of a pick swap with Gabay. I'd really like to see a trade that keeps Douglas in the light. Wait them out if we need to.
He ain't going to be in the dark. That's for sure. Like I said, I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, I agree with you 100%. And you know what I think too? This is an opportunity for Joe Douglas. Like, look, he did the Jamal Adams trade. That was a couple years ago. People didn't really know who he was. He did the Leo trade, did the Sam trade. Not everybody's really kind of on deck for like who he really is and how good he is at this. Mm-hmm. This is the most visible trade that he's been involved in. I'm telling you right now, he's not. I mean, not that Joe Douglas gets caught in that shit. He doesn't care. Like I honestly believe that. He's slow, methodical. He doesn't care about the optics so much if it's good for him. He doesn't care. Like he said with Sam, somebody said, you traded Sam for a second-round pick and change. If he does great, it's going to make you look bad. He goes, I could give two shits. I'm rooting for Sam. That's a good man right there. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way. That's why I like this guy. I love it. But this is an opportunity for Joe Douglas to show the world, dude, you're not going to renege on me and come out on top. I'm going to come out of here. You're not going to know how, but I'm going to be holding your testicles. How'd you get my testicles? I don't know. You gave them to me. You don't remember? All right. So look, we're going to go ahead and, but thank you, main catch. It's good to see you here, buddy. Leo, you're up next. I want to get this presented and started and all the stuff.
So while you're doing that, I just want to send a heartfelt apology to all the chat and all the voters who went in and took their time to vote, because I was the one who kind of was dabbling in the numbers and trying to figure out some of these trades at work. And I didn't realize until after the fact that I had two options on there, which were completely very similar. One was much better than the other one in the Detroit and the Jacksonville. So guess what, guys? I'm human, I'm fallible, and I apologize in advance.
Yeah, if you guys didn't know, like number one, we do a poll every week. Last week we didn't, right? Because we were waiting for free agency or whatever. But every week I put a poll in Twitter. right, to see what our theme is going to be, for the mock. This week was the week of Dom C, dude. I didn't think about it for a second. I said, Dom was like, hey, let's do something that maybe we don't pick Skaronski with the first pick. I said, well, fucking figure it out, man, because I don't know how they're going to do. I can't figure out how to get them not to pick them. They're going to do what they're going to do. So he said, I got some ideas. Like, done. Let's do it. He gave me the 4 ideas. I didn't even look at them. I just put them up there. And then people were like, like Dom said, one of these, excuse me, I got like a hair. Damn it. That's what happens when you eat hair for dinner. It's the worst. But anyway, so the one that took the cake tonight, guys, I'm not sure if you were aware, if you're not on Twitter. The one that won tonight, the option that won the day, we are going to trade back with the Detroit Lions. We went from 13 to 18, and we gained pick 55 for the right to do that. Now, what I did to make the simulator do that is I gave next year's first. So just so if it does come up, it'll look like we don't have a first next year. Don't worry about that. So what we have is pick 18. We have, let me show you. So this is what we have tonight. We have picks 18, 43, 55, 74, 112, 143, and 207. Okay. That's what we're working with tonight. And, so we'll go from there. Now, I liked it. I think it was a good choice. I would have chosen another one. I did like the one where we get with Pittsburgh. There was an option with Pittsburgh where we got
came out of the first round altogether.
Yeah. I like that one.
Yeah.
But, yeah. All right.
I kind of wanted Jonathan. I wanted Jonathan Marshall back. Not going to lie.
How's this? Why did it do that? No, I don't want to restart the sim. Well, I'm going to tell you guys a secret. You might not know this, but Joe Douglas is just sitting there like he's doing this. Okay. He's waiting like this. And the moment the Pittsburgh Steelers expose Jonathan Marshall to the waiver wire, Joe Douglas is going to go,
thank you.
I want him. Yeah. I want. Now we're 13th on the list this time around. So, somebody else might jump us, of course, but if it makes it to 13, he's going to have him back. We got Lamar Jackson back, another undrafted free agent that Joe Douglas plucked and developed and liked. And now we're going to do it again with Jonathan Marshall. The Giants exposed Pinnock. You'll see the same thing. You'll see. He's going to get his young bucks back.
With Julian Love now in Seattle, Pinnock might be stepping into the starting free safety spot over there for the G-men.
Hey, man, look at that.
Yeah, good for him.
Good for him. I mean, look, he earned it. He's been developing, right?
That's right.
So, all right. So we're going to get this thing started. Leo, you're up next. We're going to take a pick first so I can get the poll started. Then I'll read your super chat. But hey, I was able to send, what did you win again? You won the lemon lime, maybe whatever. You won a bag of liquid IV. It was shipped out, so that'll be there. Leo also won a t-shirt, which did arrive. I'm glad you like it, buddy. And look, you deserve it. And thanks for all your support, Leo. You're appreciated, man. All right, so here we go. Are you guys ready to do this thing? We're just going to hit start.
Are we ready not to take a tackle is the question, Chad.
Oh, they're taking a tackle. They're doing it. Maybe they're all gone. Let's see. All right, here we go, guys. The mock is Ock. Here it goes. All right. Come on. Oh, I saw. Okay. Oh, there goes Skronsky. All right. So we're going to get the trades off. We're going to look at who's gone. All right. So, okay. Quarterback. Will Anderson. That makes a bunch of sense. Quarterback. Miles Murphy. Look at this. Quarterback's an edge. Then we got Christian Gonzalez. Jalen Carter only makes it to the Raiders. And here they come. Paris Johnson, followed by Will Levis. Wide receiver Jordan Addison, followed by tackle Peter Skoronsky. Edge Tyree Wilson. Running back Bijan Robinson.
So Detroit wanted to move up to take Bijan Robinson.
That's what they did. They loved him. That's what it turns out that they did. Yeah. Quentin Johnson went to the Pats. Look at that. Oh, they're stacking up over there. And Jackson Smith and Jigba went to the Packers, and Cam Smith and Joey Porter. So we got some nice players. Now, look, let's take a look at the trade options here. Well, how many do we have? 2.
We got 2.
So remember, guys, we traded back to get to pick 18, and we got pick 55 in the process. All right, so now we'll see if we want to even go even further. All right, go. So the Raiders are calling. They want us to go back 20 picks and give them next year's third. They'll give us next year's first and second. It's actually a very, very good trade if you don't have Aaron Rodgers and want to go all in right now. Okay. Oh, look at this. So the Cleveland Browns want us to leave the first, but they're going to give us a boatload. 42, 98, 126, and a second next year. So what I'm going to do, as is standard. Okay, let me get over here. I don't have it open, so forgive me. It's going to take just a split second. I didn't open it yet. Okay. Oh, come on, you. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and put a poll in there. Well, I hear myself. Can't do that. All right, guys. So here comes the poll, and we'll just say trades. We're going to go Raiders, Brownies, and no trade. Okay, so we're just going to do this quickly. The poll is up. Let's get our votes in there, guys. Look, there's almost 300 of us in here, which is a nice thick mock. It's a thick mock. You know what they say about a thick mock. So we got a thick mock. Let's get everybody voting. If you don't see the poll, hit refresh on your browser. The poll will come up on your chat. But you have 3 options: the Raiders trade, the Browns trade, and no trade. So we'll do this for a minute. What if, Dom, I know you're going to vote, but which one are you hoping wins here?
I'm not going to say which one I hope wins. Okay.
I'm
going to say I don't know if the value is right for. I'm all for trading back, and accumulating more draft capital, especially in reality. I think there's still some holes to fill, which would be nice to kind of fill that pipeline in. I don't know how the value adds up for these. That one, the Raider, I want to keep saying Oakland, but the Las Vegas Raiders one doesn't equate when you look at the draft capital chart. And I'm trying to figure out right now if the Cleveland one does. So let's
interesting. Okay.
Take a look
so Dom's
here.
taking an analytical look at this thing to see, and no emotions. Sometimes emotions are high. You go, oh, that sounds great. And you take it, and then you look and you go, we got screwed. That's what Joe Douglas does to everybody. That's what he's about to do to the Packers. So while the poll's going, I'm just going to say, hey, thank you to Leo Vernacchio, which my given last name is Serecchia. Did you know that, Leo? So it's very similar to yours. I have an A on the end, but it's the same kind of thing. Vernacchio, Serecchia. I totally agree with you, GreenBean. JD should just wait it out and let the draft come. And calling Green Bay's bluff, screw it. We'll call Cam Newton. Well, yeah, man, what's that all about? I heard that today, right? Cam Newton's floating around out there. Wants to make a comeback. Look, go get Cam Newton, trade for Stafford, draft Will Levis. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the thing. You got to show them, look, we want Aaron Rodgers. Make no mistake. We don't need Aaron Rodgers. We like him. We want him. We want to do business. But if you're going to renege and do that, then go pound salt. Go pound some salt.
Yeah.
So I'm with you, Leo. What do you think? You think we should wait it out, Dom?
I do. I like I said, I want Aaron Rodgers. He was my number one option of all these quarterbacks that we talked about during this whole offseason mumbo jumbo so far. But on the same token, I'd rather us not get bent over, if you will. You know, if we have to pivot, we'll pivot, and we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. So I'm looking at this Cleveland trade. So the 18th pick is 900 value points. And the Cleveland trade would bring us to about 1,100 value points. And that's taking the second round pick dead in the middle, the future second round as dead in the middle. So there is a little advantageous in regards to the value points. However,
not enough.
I'm gonna guess that the chat's gonna say no way.
Yeah, they're saying no. It's by a wide margin. Jay Taylor checking back in. He says, "Wake me up when camp starts. This is ridiculous." I know, man. I hear you. The truth is, Jay Taylor, you got to find it. This is I've been doing a lot of off seasons, right, since I'm a little kid, and even online since the 90s. What I've learned is you just got to kind of flip it in your brain and go, "I love this. I love it." And then once you do that enough, you really do. So that's how it goes.
Easier said than done, my man.
Indeed. I see our buddy Buffalo Jets checking in.
Hey,
Glad you're hanging. I hope
up,
you
bud?
hang out all night. We'd love to have your opinions and stuff, Buffalo. That'd be great. No matter how you slice it, though, appreciate you checking in. It's nice to have you in the gallery for the time being. E-Boogie checking in. So anyway, we are not going to trade. I'll get to you in a moment, E-Boogie. So the trades are out. Now we got to talk about who we are going to draft. Here's what we got. How much you want to bet? All right. We're going to give you players this time. We're going to go like this. Here's the poll. We're going to do Broderick Jones, okay? First pick. We're going to go Broderick Jones.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do Brian Branch. I see him in the deal there. Now, interesting because Breesy is their highest rated defensive tackle. I'd like to put a defensive tackle, but I'm not so sure he's the guy. I like him, I do, but I don't. I don't know. What do you think about throwing like Cansey or Ika up there? Are they worth the first to you, or it's like don't even waste your time?
Cansey for sure. I mean, Cansey's the top 15 talent in this entire draft class. However, he's a very, very neat. He's not going to fit. The problem with him is that he's not very flexible in regards to scheme specificity. Specificity. You know,
you nailed it, dude. Specificity, right? You nailed it. You're good.
So he's a guy that could see fall because every team that comes by and be like, oh, no, we run an odd front. He's not going to be able to two gap for us. Nah, he's too small to play, 5 tech, so on and so forth. But I think he could fit with us. He's not the guy that plugs and plays next to Quinnen, on early downs. I don't think, he's probably a guy that will, move inside on the passing downs, kind of what JFM does now and rush from the inside. But yeah,
all right. Well, I'm going to throw him up there anyway. I'll throw him up there, and I'm also going to put. What do you think about Trenton Simpson? I'd like to get maybe a linebacker, but that gives let's do a wide receiver maybe. Hyatt. Okay.
The interesting one I think we can talk about in this pick realistically, and I mean that, John Michael Schmitz. John Michael Schmitz is not getting past the end of the first round. So if he is or was the target, this is the area where you got to get up to get him.
Okay, and we did trade back, so it's it's not terrible. All right, this is a great little poll here. Okay, guys, it is live. Let's try and get our choices in there. Remember, you can't very well hang out in the back and then complain about our picks without getting involved. You gotta get involved. Go ahead and hit those choices on the poll for yourself. This way we can have your voice heard, and we'll get this, the most representative draft that we can. Yeah. So we have here's what we got. We got Broderick Jones, Brian Branch, Kalijah Cansey, and John Michael Schmitz. Very interesting group. I am rooting for Schmitz. I have to admit. I'm rooting for Schmitz. I can't vote. I don't like how it does that to me. I mean, I could very easily open up a different thing, but then I can't do the poll, so it's a whole thing.
Yeah. And Rico's got a good little something in the chat there that I like. That he says that that Cansey reminds him very similar of Ed Oliver. I think I like that comp. He's
Oliver.
Yeah,
solid.
He's a good player. He hasn't really lived up to that 9th overall billing where Buffalo took him, but it's I can see a lot of the similarities. I mean, Cansey is a phenomenal. He's just like lightning fast. That guy has the best get off. Yes, he's 285 pounds. It's a little light in the tail for an inside lineman, but for as much as we rotate through our defensive line, I mean, he could be a heavy part of the rotation.
Okay. E-Boogie checking in. We're going to give the poll another 30 seconds. Guys, don't forget to get your votes in there. Let me just double check and see how many we got. We got about 91 votes. We're not doing too bad. Let's get another 50 votes in there. It's close. It's closer than I thought it would be, actually. And my guy's losing. So let's go. Let's get the guys' votes in there that agree with me. The other guys, stay out of this, will you? All right. So here we go. E-Boogie checking in. Do you see the Jets getting a center in the first round in fear that another team will move up to take their guy? Interesting, E-Boogie. That's exactly what we're contemplating here. Now, like Dom said, if you have John Michael Schmitz, for example, as the top center and you're hoping to get him, the best move to be would be to slide back, gain some capital to even it out, and then take him where you are, even though it's technically speaking a reach. He shouldn't go before the mid-20s. And look, there's a lot of hope that, we could get him in the second round. But like Dom said, if you don't take him where you are in the first round because of value, you're going to lose him. If that's your target, get him. If you can slide back a little bit like we did, we gained a second round pick and then get John Michael Schmitz, go ahead, call it a day and get your 10-year starter. I don't know. But realistically, Tom, do you see the Jets doing that? What do you think?
There's so much dependent being on what happens, how many picks we have, what are we giving up in the Aaron Rodgers compensation, so on and so forth. Because just say hypothetical, we give up a second and we give up, another round, a fourth rounder as well. We're already light in picks to begin with. So I don't know how much trading up where we can lose more capital is realistic. Now, I will say this, John Michael Schmitz, I think is the best interior lineman in this class. However, it doesn't end there. It's not that the cliff doesn't just come full. Right. Steve Avila, Joe Pittman, Luke Whippler, Cody Mauch, even though he's not he doesn't play center. There's still plenty of guys. There's centers in this class that are going to be drafted in the 4th and 5th round that play meaningful snaps in the NFL. Maybe not day one, but will be good centers in this draft. So that being said, do I think trading up, from where we stand right now in the second round, moving up to the first round to get him? Probably not. But I can assure you this: with the Giants, with Detroit, Seattle at 20, the Giants at 20, whatever they're at. Houston has an early round pick in the second. Arizona has an early round pick in the second. Those guys all need centers. These are the teams that if John Michael Schmitz is Joe Douglas' target, you got to get above all those guys. Right.
Now, all right, we're going to go ahead and end this, but thank you, E-Boogie. It's a great question, and it's one of the more important questions, quite frankly. I mean, maybe we nab Ben Jones, and that'd be fantastic. We did grab some depth. With what the hell's his name already? The guy from the Ravens, Cologne Castillo. That's what it is. Cologne Castillo from the Ravens, but he's a bottom end of the roster guy, man. I talked about him in this week's Jets pod, available on the channel right now. But I talked about him. He's a guy he's that guy that when they need a roster spot, he's the first guy they cut. Like he's cut, re-signed. Like that's him. Yeah. That's where he lives. Yeah. So he's not a guy to count on. But anyway,
the other guy they got from Washington, he's a notch or two above that. He's not he's not number 53 on the roster. He's a legitimate backup, which is fine. You need depth. You need interior line depth. Yep. So. All right. Well, look, we got a nice chunk. We had 114 votes. Thank you, guys. And Broderick Jones comes away with the win. We did have 35% of the votes for John Michael Schmitz, 7% for Cansey, and 5% for Brian Branch. Interesting. Let's go ahead and we'll take Broderick Jones. There we go. No matter what we do, it's going to happen. I told you. We could spend all day trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? It's a funny thing. And it's not to say that's the wrong pick. It's a good pick. Now, I see while I do these trades, I'm going to throw the poll up here, guys. Make sure you're focused on the screen. I'm going to show you the polls. But Phil, I see Phil is in the chat, and he asked just very quickly, not a real long answer, but
how does John Michael Schmitz compare to Linderbaum, who was the #1 center in last year's draft?
He's I think he's much better. The thing about Schmitz, what's so good about him is that he's a big guy. He's 6'4.5". He's 320 pounds. He can easily step in and play guard as well. Like, there's not a lot of people think that it's interchangeable, but it's really not. A guy, smaller centers like Linderbaum, like Garrett Bradbury from Minnesota, like Luke Whippler, who's, maybe we'll talk about in this draft later on. Like, those guys are just going to be centers. They don't have the size to really handle playing in the guard. I think that Schmitz can step in. He's not scheme specific. If you have a power gap scheme where you want to just, pound the ball straight up, he can fit it. He can, he moves very well in space. He's, he can play in the zone scheme. He can pop in and play any guard without questioning, without hesitation. He's strong enough. Like I said, he's big enough so he can anchor against those, those big hog molly nose tackles that you see an Alshon Robinson or a Siaki Ika coming in there, 365 pounds. He can sit down and hold up mano-a-mano and anchor about him. So, the thing that Linderbaum has over Schmitz, I think, is, he's got a little bit of age. I think he's 3 years younger. And that's a thing, that's a legit thing.
Right. Yeah.
People don't want to take 24, almost 25-year-old players in the first round.
No. Right. You're right. Remember back, guys? Remember when I asked Dom to do a 1-sentence answer? Remember that? Yeah. Like an hour ago? I'm good. Oh, it's great, man. It's good stuff. But yeah, I mean, look, and Linderbaum started all year for the Ravens. Very, very good. He's doing a good job. But yeah, that shows the potential of Schmitz, man. You know what I mean?
And that's no disrespect to Linderbaum. Linderbaum's a good player, but yeah. I think Schmitz is. I think Schmitz is a better prospect.
Yeah. Now I see that Jake Assman, also banned BYU fan. Yeah, I was a little bit of a trendsetter there. Is he in here? How the hell he always finds a way in here? Like he goes BYU space fan, BYU space fan. Like he does something to make a new account, but it just shows, what's he doing? Go where BYU people are talking. Why are you here bothering us?
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, we have a poll up there now, guys, for the trades. Here's how it goes. We have the Broncos trade, slide back to 67 and gain 68. We throw in a 4th next year. So this would give us 2 consecutive picks right before our other pick, which is 74.
Yep.
Right. So that'd be a nice little bang for your buck kind of moment there.
Mm-hmm. And we do have that other second round pick from Detroit. So we're not completely asked out. We're not completely asked out in the second round here.
That's a really good thing. So we have 55. We would have 55, 67, 60. Is that what it was? Let me see. 60. We'd have 55, 67, 68, 74. Not bad. Now this one, look at this. We slide back to 54. That gives us 54, 55, 74. And we move up 3 rounds next year. So again, not fun to play with right now. And a lot of times we just don't even want to entertain that stuff, but something to consider. And then obviously we have the option for no trade. I'm going to go in there now, see where we are, see how many votes. No trades got it. We only got 60 votes or so, but we're going to end it. Okay. No trade wins. So here we go. Let's take a look at the big board real fast. All right.
Oh, Nolan Smith made it all the way to 42.
Look
Son of a bitch.
Right before us. All right, guys. So, let me get over here. Okay. So we took a tackle with the first round pick. Now we have some other positions. So I'm going to make a poll with positions this time. All right. So we'll do center. Okay. Next pick position. All right. We got center.
Mm-hmm.
We got defensive tackle. We'll throw those in there. What about a linebacker, wide receiver? What do you think?
Looking at this board, I'd say linebacker is probably an area where you can go for sure. And yeah, let's go
with it.
Yeah, go with it.
Or do you want to do safety or linebacker? I think maybe I might be changing my mind to safety. What do you think?
No, I think linebacker.
All right, the poll is up, everybody. So we have 4 positions. Let's try to see what we want to follow Broderick Jones with. So we have center, defensive tackle, linebacker, wide receiver. This is the big board, but I'll go ahead and trim it down for you. Let's take a look at the center, see who's there for you guys. We got Tippmann up top, Luke Whippler. And we have Ricky Stromberg. Gaines, Aluatami. I mean, I like the whole group. Up top.
They moved Gaines up. They moved Gaines up pretty hard. Now, I will say this. I think we should, if it does win, I think we have to have a discussion. We got to consider Avila in the mix too. He's probably listed under guard here. My guess.
Yeah, you got it. He is. We might want to consider him as well. Jets forever would be very, very, very grateful.
Look, they got Jared Patterson listed as a guard too. Interesting.
Yep. Well, remember, he said that in your interview with him.
Yep.
He said we were talking to him about center and guard, and he said, "Well, look, I got 3 years of center tape. We wanted to get a year of guard tape, so this way teams know I can do it. I can do both."
Yep. Great guy, great interview, man.
I'll tell you what, these guys, they really were. One of my faves was John Michael Schmitz. I thought, what a great interview that was, man.
Yeah.
I mean, so many of these guys, J.L. Skinner, Mingo, and Jamie Robinson. I mean, there's so many guys. They were such a delight to talk to.
Yeah.
Truly. So the poll's up there, guys. Let's take a look. Well, I have, did I put fucking wide receiver up there? Let me see.
Put linebackers.
Yeah, I did. Well, okay, we'll do that next. I got wide receiver up here. Zay Flowers is up at the top. Now, guys, you got to remember, we're trying to draft for the Jets. Right? We know that Nathaniel Hackett wants them big. We just brought in Lazard, so that supports that. We already have Denzel Mims. Technically speaking, on the roster, we still have Corey Davis, right? So we have Elijah Moore as well. So we got to think, what would Nathaniel Hackett want? Zay Flowers is 5'10", $177.
Yeah.
And then we have Tillman, I like, actually. 6'3", might be a guy we want to look at.
Bryce Ford Wheaton, I know that's way too early, but he's another guy. He tested off the charts, and he's another big guy. Now, I will say this about Zay Flowers. I'm not trying to sway in case wide receiver wins, but Zay Flowers is listed smaller than he actually measured out and tested out to be. Like, he put on some weight, not much. He's not 177. He's probably about 185. But he is a guy that is inside and outside capable. He's not just, based on that size here, everyone thinks he's just a slot. He can line up outside, and he can beat man. He can beat press coverage, and he can do the thing for sure.
Okay. All right. Well, wide receiver's getting trounced, right? He's getting trounced in there. So I moved it over to defensive tackle. You got some defensive tackles here. I opened up Dexter for you guys. I'm going to put Jay Taylor up here. You're next. But here's a fan favorite, Siaki Ika, and for good reason.
Yeah.
6'4", 351. It's one of the reasons I like him. He's an athletic 351, though, too. He can do a whole bunch of things. He's a fun guy to watch. And anyway, there's a reason why so many fans happen to like this player. And his name's fun to say. That's
yeah. He's an interesting prospect. He tested athletically so bad, though. He tested so bad that he's going to see. I think if anyone's going to plummet in this draft class, you're going to see Siaki Ika hit the floor pretty hard. So.
Yep. All right. Well, look, we got 91 votes. I'll give it 10 more seconds. Center is running away with it.
Yeah.
45% to 31 for defensive tackle. So I'll throw the centers up there because that's what it's going to be. Again, we will consider Patterson and Avila in this mix as well, even though this simulator has them listed at guard. So I'll give it 10 more seconds or 5 more.
I got a couple. While you're doing that, there's a couple questions in here in the chat that I'll get to. I know Chrono Kenny asks, who do we like more, Gervon Dexter or Mozzie Smith? And I'm going to say with 100% certainty, speaking for myself, not you, Bean, Mozzie Smith is a guy that's sneakily good. I actually think people are warming up to the idea of Mozzie Smith maybe creeping up into the end of the first round. I definitely think if he's there, if we have our second round pick in the 40s, he's definitely got to be. They're going to be talking about. He's a guy that's going to conjure up a conversation at One Jets Drive for sure. So, Chrono, Mozzie Smith for sure. He's my number 3 defensive tackle in the class.
And interesting, don't get caught up. I know there are people out there, some in this very chat, that don't like him just because he reminds them of Mazzy Star. Don't get caught. Don't get stuck in that one.
So Mozzie Smith is an athletic marvel. He's a big guy, and he was number 1 on the 2020 on Bruce Feldman's 2022 freaks list. One of the most athletically gifted. He rates and he puts this list out of the 100 most athletically gifted athletes in college football. Mozzie Smith was number 1 out of all these athletes here. You know, Nolan Smith's running 4.3 and so on and so forth. Mozzie Smith was number 1.
All right, so what we're going to do, center ran away with it, guys. I ended the poll. E-Boogie, I met you there with the Facebook finger. I wanted to play with you a little bit, so I did that for you. So we're going to go ahead and throw 2 of these guys up. I'm going to throw Patterson up there.
Yeah, okay.
I'm also going to put Steve Avila up there because I happen to like him a whole bunch.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll go back and we'll take these guys here. We'll take which one do you think, Tippmann, Whippler, or Stromberg? I need 2 of them.
For the second round here, I'd probably go Tippmann and Whippler.
Okay. All right. And we got Tippmann. All right, guys. Excuse me. The poll is up. The choices are Jared Patterson, Steve Avila, Luke Whippler, and Joe Tippmann. We're taking a center with this pick. Now, while we do that, let me do this for you guys, just so you can see what it is we have coming. So this is pick 43. We have 55 coming. So that's only 12 picks down the lane, which is really exciting. Then 19 picks later, here we are again. So this is a nice opportunity to get some work done, as we said.
And remember, with the extra second round pick, we can kind of use it like that, the icing on the cake. It's an extra pick, so we don't have to really be position specific. We can take a shot at somebody, or we can take, the best available player, so on and so forth, which is, why having multiple picks in a round is so advantageous. It's why the Eagles and the Lions and all these teams that have first round picks, they're talking about taking some shots at, take Bijan at 10 overall, or Seattle taking a quarterback when they just signed Geno, because you have an extra pick. You get another pick later on, even if one misses, you're still in good shape, man.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Now, while we're waiting, I see a couple super chats. Jay Taylor checking back in. Thank you, man. He says, if Dwayne Brown is playing next year, he's going to be the left tackle, and we have Mackay and Mitchell for right tackle. That's my only concern about taking a tackle in the first round. Well, it's you got a point. You have a great point. Here's the thing. Go on, Dom. No. Go ahead.
Fair enough. So here's the thing. Here's the counterpoint to that. And I think Jay Taylor, your point's valid. However, that point is valid banking that Mekhi Becton, who hasn't played football in 2 years, comes back and can stay healthy and is back to the player that we hoped he would be when he drafted. And the second point is Max Mitchell still has not been cleared, with all his results. And the third thing, and probably most importantly, is that Dwayne Brown's 39 years old. You have to fill that pipeline at some point. So that's my argument to it.
Well, and right, and don't forget what Joe Douglas has said. A luxury now can be a priority or emergency later. And the other thing is, guys, if you look at our recent history, Dom talked about Mitchell not being cleared. Becton, he looks great. But we don't know what the hell his knee ligaments are going to do. You know what I mean? So he has 2 straight years of not playing. He's 23 years old. He's young. He's working all the right stuff. Hopefully we put this injury thing behind us and he's great. But we don't know. So theoretically, you could be looking at a scenario, Jay, which is all of a sudden, by the time week 1 comes, we're looking on practice squads for tackles.
Cedric
You know?
Abuye, you still around?
Right.
So
All right. Hold on. So we're gonna get this. We're gonna get this going. Let me get over to the poll here. The poll is up. Let me see how many votes. 79 votes. Come on, you fellas and ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it. We got Patterson, Avila, Whippler taking it home. I gotta say, I'm not surprised. I disagree. I like him. I disagree with the choice here. But I understand why. There's a lot of emotional love, right? You got to take Whippler. I get it. But,
I like Whippler a lot as a prospect.
I do too. I would take Avila.
But I would be completely fine with Avila also.
Yeah.
And after the polls close, I'll tell you who I actually voted for.
All right, awesome. So I'm going to give this 10 more seconds. We have 84 votes. Let's go, guys. If you haven't gotten your voice heard, let's get in there. It takes a second. There's only 84 votes in. We got 8, 7, 6, 5. Come on, 4, 3, 2, 1. Only one person heeded the call, Dom.
You
Only
sons of
85.
bitches.
Oh, there it
Sons
goes.
of
3
bitches.
more. All right,
No.
there we go. Now another one slipped in. So let's see what we got here. The poll is up, is out. Where the hell did it go? I lost it. Shit.
Here it is. I got it.
All right, who won? I don't know what happened. Oh, there it is.
Whippler, 52%.
Whippler. Okay.
Second was Jared Patterson. That's an interesting one. But yeah, listen, Whippler's a perfect fit for our offense. If I did a little bit if you check the YouTube page on GreenBean, I did a nice little breakdown on him. I put some film out there. He fits the system well. I think he's 20. He just turned 21 years old. I think he's a guy that's going to come to work for the next 12 years, and you're not going to have to worry about the center position. Yes, he's definitely not as strong, and he definitely doesn't have the build that a Tippmann has or a Steve Avila, but that's not his style. He does his work best out in space, moving and stuff like that. There's no one better in the class than him in that sense. So there's that.
All right. Well, yeah. Well, look, Luke Whippler's coming aboard. Now, the good news is, like we just talked about, we have another bonus second-round pick that we gained in the slide back with the Detroit Lions, pick number 55. So, look, the Dallas Cowboys is the first of 2 trades. They'd like us to slide back 3 spots, and they'll throw in 145. That is a fantastic trade, in my opinion. Unless we're targeting someone right here that you don't want to lose, I say that's a safe trade. The Jacksonville Jaguars would like us to slide back 1 pick, and they'll let us move up an entire round next year. That would be a slam dunk. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the poll. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
You guys are up, and then I'll read Jim's super chat here. Okay, trade. We have, what was the first one? Who the hell was it?
It was Dallas.
Dallas. All right. Got Dallas, the Jags, and no trade. Okay. Those are the options. We're going to give this one 1 minute. So go ahead. I'm putting the timer on. I will heed the timer. The poll's up there. Get your votes in. And let me see. I'm going to end it. Whatever it is. Timer, 1 minute. Bum. That's what I said. So Jim checking in. Jim Pack, Northwest Jets fan. There it is. Jim Pack, Northwest Jets fan. That's what I think it is. Enjoying our high quality problems. Thanks for the content. Rarely chat. Watch on the big screen. Oh, fantastic. Well, thank you for taking a second and checking in, Jim. I mean, that's the coolest thing. I know more and more people, I have been told, are watching this on their TV, their regular old-fashioned TV on the wall, or 80-inch TV. So that's super cool because it makes me feel a little bit like like a movie star, maybe. Right, Dom? We're a little like a movie.
I do the same when I'm upstairs and I'm messing around or doing something in the house. I'll throw the YouTube up on the TV and just let it happen in the background. Can't chat so much, but so and so forth. Bean, you're getting a bunch of people asking to see the big board. There you go.
There it is. Oh, good. Okay, there we are. Because it's hard to figure out if you want to trade. You can't see the big board. Here's the big board. We got some defensive tackles. We got some safeties. We got some running backs. Look at all this. Here we go. We got Noah Sewell there. Here he is.
Yeah.
Now, there's nothing wrong, guys. I want to tell you.
Oh, boy. Here we go, guys. Here we go.
There's nothing wrong with grabbing an interior offensive lineman, a guard that has center versatility. We just took a center. There's nothing wrong with just using the first 2 rounds to make sure Aaron Rodgers is standing up for the whole game. Nothing wrong with it.
It's a fair point. Like we said before, this is a luxury. This pick right here is a luxury pick. You can fill whatever hole you want. You can take a shot on a guy. But what won in the poll? What won?
Well, we're taking a trade here. It's the Jags trade. Now I'm going to try to get a counter going. See if I can get two.
Well, I'm going to tell you this right now. Which one was the Jags? Oh, 50.
Slide back 1 spot, and we move up an entire round next year. I'm going to try to get some 226 action. What do you think? I'm going to try this. Oh, they don't like it. All right, we got to just take it. All right, so wrong one. We'll take the trade for the Jaguars. The Jaguars won. Let me make sure that's actually what happened. I hate when I get it wrong. Yep.
Here, I'll look.
Jags 51%. There it is. All right, we're going to accept the trade. Let's see who they wanted. They wanted J.L. Skinner. Oh, that's funny because he was going to be on the list.
Oh, wow.
Oh, look, the Dallas Cowboys want back in. So they want us
now their offer's worse.
It is worse, but we're 1 pick lower. So that's interesting, man. So now we got to we have 2 offers, Dallas and the Giants. This will be the last round that we entertain trades, guys. So the Giants want us to slide back 1 spot. We'll give them 143. They'll give us a 3rd round pick next year. Now let me just show you guys what it is we're looking at here. So we have 56 currently, 74, 112, 143, and 207. All right. So that's what we're looking at. Again, I'll put this up there. The Dallas Cowboys, they want to move up so bad they can taste it, Tom.
So I'll give you the breakdown of that, just if this matters. 56 is worth 350 points. 58 is worth 320, and then 176 is only worth 19.4. So the value doesn't add up perfectly. It's close. If you want an extra 5th rounder, it makes sense to you got to give a little bit sometimes to get.
Give a little bit of my love to you. That's what you got to make them do. You got to say, hey, you don't start singing, we're not even talking. Let's go.
Yes.
That's right. All right, let me catch up with this chat. You guys are rocking tonight. I want you to know that. I'm really enjoying this. Right, Tom? It's a good one.
It's a good. Everyone's lively, man. I love the questions. I love people talking about draft and picks and players. I love it all. There's a couple guys in there. Who was it? Was it the Jet Show before talking about Darnell Wright? I love that. I love that player, man. So good. Yeah, here we go.
Okay, so the poll is up there, guys. We're going to just wait a few more seconds. I'll show you the big board just to see where we are. But here's the trade. You got the Giants want us to slide back 1 pick, but we got to throw in 143 to gain a 3rd next year, okay? That's moving up a whole round again. Actually, it's 2 rounds. So the Cowboys want us to slide back 2 picks, and we'll gain pick 176. Let's see who we want. See if it's worth Siaki Ika. If we want Siaki Ika, we don't play games. We take them. That's what we do. Because look, we're over here in 56, and he's rated 48. You got Javon Dexter at 37. These guys are going. These guys are going right now. So you got some good players here, man. You got the 2 defensive linemen you talked about. Jack Campbell's going to be in this range. Antonio Johnson, some of the other safeties, Sidney Brown, Adebaware, great player. I mean, there's some good. There's some really. Mozzie Smith is still there. You got some really, really good players. Ivan Pace is another linebacker that not enough people are talking about. Right? I mean, we talked about him early. It was like weird. Like we had a little bit of buzz early, and he's kind of disappeared. Did he have a poor showing at the combine or something?
No. I just think, you know what? He had such a specific skill at Cincinnati. Like he was used as an edge rusher. He was used off of the edge. I mean, he played inside a little bit too, but he was used off of the edge. He was a menace. He was so good in college, and when at the Senior Bowl and since he's wanted to show that he's not just that guy, that he can actually play off-ball linebacker. He can satisfy. I mean, in the Senior Bowl drills, you watched Ivan Pace. There was no running back or tight end could block him one-on-one. On all the linebacker drills when they were hitting gaps and blitzing the quarterbacks, there was not one person that could cover or could block him. Go look at it. You guys can see that on YouTube if you wanted to. Just check out Ivan Pace Senior Bowl highlights. You will see he was unstoppable. Now, he's only about 5'9", 5'10". We were interviewing him, and I was looking eye to eye with him.
Yeah.
I was looking eye to eye with him.
You're like, okay. I know. It gets real, right? It gets real with these guys. And then you look at a guy, you walk up to Cody Mouch, and you're like, he's a monster, right? It's like, wow, dude, look at this guy. All right, so I'm going to end this poll no matter where we are. Oh, it's so close. Oh, it's tied. I can't end it. Dallas and No Trade are tied. Guys, if you have a thought on this one, there's only 75 votes.
Oh, no,
No trade.
It just swung up.
Okay, I'm going to give it 10 seconds and end it. 10, 9, 8, 7. Get your vote in. 6. Vote. 5. Hurry up. 4.
It's close.
3, 2, 1, and it's
no
over.
Trade. No trade. Very
no
close,
trade.
No trade.
No trade won. Oh my God.
44% to 35% to 20%. So thank you for voting, everybody.
Yeah, we got a nice burst of votes. Like Gitmo Bob, our good buddy, says, this chat's no fun on the trades, man. We could have, we did take a trade. At least we got one in, right, Bob?
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. Now we're going to go ahead and look at positions. So who did we want? We denied the trade. So let's put up, I'll put up some names. All right. So we're going to do this. We're going to put Siaki Ika up there. Okay.
You got to put Mozzie Smith up there too. He's still on the board. He's down lower.
All right. Siaki Ika, DT. We'll put Mozzie Smith. Remember, it's not all about their big board, right? We look at it, we use it, but we have our own. All right. So let's get some other positions. Let's get some offense. Let me see what the offensive big board looks like here. The tight ends, it's an interesting thing. I see a conversation going on with the tight ends in there. It does seem unlikely that we'll take a tight end this year, but if they see an opportunity to like really upgrade over Yeboah or whoever, and they think he's the best player on the board, they'll do it. You know what I mean? They don't have any problem doing that. So it's unlikely. I agree. But let's throw Avila on there. He's here.
No, is he?
Yeah, he's still there. I'm going to throw Avila on there. Okay.
You know what? I see it a lot in the chat.
Yeah,
we talked about this second pick being a luxury pick, one that you could throw a dart on. The chat wants Hendon Hooker on there.
They want Hendon Hooker. All right. Okay. Hooker it is. Here it is. He's a quarterback. All right, guys. The poll is up. Let's see what we got. I think I saw a super chat. I'm going to try to, let's see here. K Yeti reminds us, even the Zach dorks have to want a center. Right. Even the Zach dorks. Right. We know who they are. Yes. Let's see. Rob V likes Mozzie Smith as well. Let's see here. Whippler. We got Whippler though. I see that. Margalt Lankry. We did grab Whippler. So we got it. Jets Forever wants some Steve Avila.
This would be if we took Jalen Hyatt in the first round. I mean, and Avila here, Jets Forever. But
see that
might actually give us a super chat.
Yeah. Well, no, he ain't doing that, but he might give us an A. He might do that later.
Bino, Hooker is not 35. He's close. Yes, he is an older quarterback. By the time the draft comes around, he's a 6-year senior. He will be 25 years old, 26 by the time he could play. There's legit. That is a legit real thing.
Hey, Hennessy, stop kicking Kareem out of here. Kareem's welcome. He just disagrees with everybody. It's okay. It's all right, Hennessy. We can coexist, my good friend. E-Boogie checking back in. Fellow stream beaner extraordinaire, if I may. E-Boogie. Safety Antonio Johnson is still there. No questions. Pick him. I would think I'd rather have safety up there, E-Boogie, than quarterback, but I listen to you guys. That's the thing. Dom is here to kind of open up some doors and some corridors into the knowledge base. I'm here to make sure it all runs smoothly and that everybody's being heard. But the truth is about the 10 o'clock mock is it's yours. That's the thing. It's yours.
And you got to remember also, guys, like we know that there's guy. All right. Yeah. Well, we don't have to take, I'll say, we don't have to take Avila here because we know that he's based on how their rankings are. He'll probably be in there in the next round. Like that's not what it's all about. We got to take their rankings with a grain of salt and just, let's put the guys how we think they're going to fall off the board and so on and so forth. So kind of take their rankings and just put them aside and don't pay no attention to them.
I know, because you can cheat. Like, the thing is, in real life, you don't have that like cheat sheet, like to look and go, all right, I'm at pick 56 and a guy I liked, I have him at 104. I know I can pick someone else and still get him. Like that, it's fucking bullshit. Like, why do that? Like, it just, what's fun about that? If you want to do that when you're home alone. You can do this 10 million times a day if you'd like. You can. Yeah. And then you want to know how I know that? Because that's what I do. I sit home and I just do mocks. You know what I mean? That's what I do.
E-Boogie's got a question. Which safety is perfect for the Jets? More of a free safety, please. So, there's a few of them out there. I don't know if that's Antonio Johnson. Antonio Johnson's definitely athletic and, he's got a lot of range, but I think he's kind of more of an overhang, kind of like a big nickel kind of guy, going to be a little bit more close to the line. The guys that I like that are true free safeties, just off the top of my head, some of them, Ronnie Hickman from Ohio State, Chris Smith from Georgia, Jamie Robinson from Florida State. Those are the early round guys. Jartavius Martin, if you follow me on Twitter, you'll see that he's starting to be one of my he's inching up there to be one of my draft crushes. He's a guy from Illinois, played opposite another Illinois safety that everyone likes in Sidney Brown. So there's listen, it's not the deepest talented safety class in a while, but there's some guys out there.
There's some guys,
definitely,
right?
For sure.
Well, I'm gonna say, Dom, you know what's going on in here? There's some meet me at the flagpole shit going on at 3:00 in the chat.
With who?
What is that? What are you guys doing? Stop
Come
it.
on.
Yeah. Don't let anything get you that upset, man. No way. Come on, guys. We're all buddies. Everybody in here is buddies. It's the Packer fans that we hate. That's what we hate. Remember, Dolphins fans, those are the assholes. Not us. Not us. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and look at this poll, see how many votes we got.
Well, I didn't vote.
81 votes.
I didn't vote. Vote.
Get in there.
I'm getting in.
Now, it looks like Siaki Ika is leading the pack right about now.
Wow.
So let's get a couple of votes in here. I'll tell you what, I would be blown away if Hendon Hooker ended up winning this thing, man.
Yeah. Listen, there's a lot to say about Hendon Hooker. Somebody's going to take this is going to be the range where he goes off the board. I really think that. I think in the mid to late second round, somebody's going to take a shot on him. They're going to let him rehab, and they're going to hope that his athletic prowess wins out. There's a lot going against him in the sense that he played in a wonky Tennessee system where the guys just got open based off of their schemes and their formation, so on and so forth. And you had Jalen Hyatt running 4.2 40 straight down the field. But Hooker's an athlete, man. He's very good. He's older, yes. He's not pro ready, yes. But somebody's gonna bank on that athleticism.
Yeah, for sure. Mr. Downtown checking in. He says, draft Hooker. We can't be stuck with Zach Wilson / Rick Meyer.
Oh,
I know. That's the thing, guys. It's like, when we remember this, like you take a quarterback high, that doesn't mean he's going to be great. It doesn't mean he's going to be good. It doesn't mean he'll even make it. So many times, like the first overall pick, right? Tim Couch, David Carr, on and on and on. Rick Meyer, Jeff George, Ryan Leaf, all the time. These guys look fantastic, and you take one of those top couple picks and you grab him and you're excited, and he's a complete flop. It happens all the time. That's why, look, they want to slow it down and try to develop Zach. That's fine. I'm in. I'm with it. But we need to do something this year. We got to win. We got to be able to compete. And I think there's a few options. Obviously, we let a lot of them go. The Derek Carrs, the Jimmy G's, the Baker Mayfields, or whoever. They're all gone, the Gardner Minshew's. But we still got Aaron Rodgers, who is going to be our quarterback this year, by the way. But even if not, we still have other options out there. We're going to have better quarterback play this year than we did last year. All right, we're going to end this poll. Look at this, 91 votes. Siaki Ika crushing it. Here he comes.
That's crazy town.
It's fun. I like it. I think it's good. Who'd you vote for there?
I voted for Mozzie Smith.
You did. Okay.
I did.
All right. So look, we are past the round where we're entertaining trades. So even though this looks like a really nice one, boop, we're not doing it. Okay.
Yes.
Ron Weiss checking in there, Dom. All right, I'll get to you in a second, Ron. Let me get a poll going, and then we'll talk. Why? This way, I'm killing two birds with one stone, so to speak.
I'll take the chat while you get the poll going.
All right. So well, let's just say this. Look, we got 3 picks in the tank here. We have gone all trench. That's what we did. So we're at pick 74. All right, just so you know what we did, we got a tackle, got a center, got a defensive tackle. So we're going to go ahead and get this poll up, Dom. I'm going to throw up a few positions. I'm not talking to anybody about it. I'm just doing what I want. Here we go. Pick.
Yes.
All right, what do you got? Go ahead and read Ron Weiss's.
Ron, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it, buddy. And it says, let's face it, guys, some of us took 6 years to get through 4 years of college. Ron, a truer statement couldn't be made. It took me 10 years, and I mean that wholeheartedly. I took a nice little hiatus there, went back as an adult.
Yeah. Tell you, man. Let me see. What is this? Wait a minute. Okay. I'm going to go back with this one, too. Here we go. All right. It's up. The poll is up. We got a few fun positions up there for your viewing pleasure. Go ahead and make sure your voice is heard by getting a vote in there. We got wide receiver, safety, interior offensive line, and linebacker. There we go. 2 offense, 2 defense. Let's see. Kareem says he did 4 years of college in 8 months. You know how that goes. I did 8 years of college in one. I printed it out. Done. I just printed it out. I got it. I got a master's.
He's got a degree.
That's right. They say, do you have a degree? I say, yes. They say, what? I say, I have a master's degree in what? I don't know. What do you need to get this job? I'll bring it in.
Yeah. I want to know how many people really check on those. Do real background checks on that, right?
Let me tell you, you know, Dom, I ran multi-million-dollar behavioral health facilities, and I had staff of when I ran the 2 facilities, I had over 200 staff members with, let's see, 10, 18, 20 therapists, master's level, licenses, bachelors, all kinds of stuff. My HR, they would collect things and they would do some checks. But if you just took care of a couple things, couple loose ends, we weren't digging past level 1. We weren't. You know what I mean? We see it.
In my real life, in my profession, I do a lot of hiring, I do a lot of interviewing, and I can honestly say, once I get past the background check, the criminal check, and the drug screen, well, whatever else they say, that works.
Right?
That works.
Yeah.
So.
It's look, it's like you can't. It's hard to do. It's hard to do. Right. You got to show me a background check. We got to look at certain things. And again, you have a good HR department and you dig to a certain degree, but once it's all there, I mean, what are you going to do? Spend, 8 hours on every single person that's that you're considering hiring? No, you're going to look at the stuff. And if they show you a bachelor's degree from, Blue Blop University in Guam, you're like, all right, well, fuck it. Looks good to me.
Hey, guys, we got 62 votes, and it's damn near tied. Let's go. Let's get some more votes in there.
All right. Who the hell do we got up there? And this is just positional. So we got to, all right, I'm going to do this in 10 seconds, man. We're doing it. It's close. Safety and linebacker. Look at this. 44 to 40%, guys. Safety's in the lead. We got 7, 8. I mean, 5.
Come on, guys, get the votes in. It's
4,
close.
3, 2, 1, and it is ending. It jumped. It's the last second. Let me see what the hell happened.
God.
Oh, look at that. 1% difference. Safety is the pick. So let's get ourselves some safeties up here. Look at this. Oh, Jordan Battle slipped from grace. Brandon Joseph, Christopher Smith, Jair Brown. Lots of fun, guys. Look at this. Holy shit.
Yeah, there's tons of them right here, man. There's tons of them.
This is some value. All right, safety pick. So, hey,
but I think this shows
Brown up there?
Yeah, Sidney Brown, Chris Smith for sure, and then you can choose the other two. I know who you're going to choose.
Yeah,
your man crush is up there for sure.
I know you see. Well, you know what? I like Brandon Joseph though too, but Sidney Brown. I'm going to throw up. I'm doing it. Jair. Let's see. Jair Brown. All right. Here we go. Whoops, I spelt it wrong. Don't get hung up on it, guys. We got 2 Browns, a Smith, and a Battle. Here they come.
FM in the chat saying, causing ruckus, saying Sidney Brown is awful. FM.
Oh, yeah.
Who
are you?
You can know. Well, he's entitled to his opinion, but awful's a strong word.
It really is. It's like, look at the chat I have up there. Like terrible. It's like there's extremists, man. We got extremists in the house.
Jets forever. We had your guy up there. We had your guys up there every time, man.
He didn't want them at that round though, which I get. But come on, you can't. You want everything to be perfect. I don't like 68 degrees. I don't like 66. I want 67 degrees. It's like that's where we are. Like, come on, man. We're fucking threading needles here. We got 300 people in here. We're getting it done.
Yes.
Live a little, Jets forever.
Somebody's asking for Dane. You're asking for measurables on who?
He wants the measurables. Oh, what on Sidney Brown? Okay, yeah, I'll open these up for you. All right, well, they don't have too much on Sidney Brown, but we do know how tall he is and how much he weighs. Oh, the RAS score. He had a 9.63 RAS score. That's very, very positive.
Very, very athletic. He tested out great. He's a guy that's going to get. He's going to hear his name called very early. Sidney Brown, I think. All these guys are. I mean, they're going to be all day 2 guys. Yeah.
All right, well, there's Jordan Battle. Okay, you guys can read a little bit. Make it a little bit bigger for you guys. Here we go. Let me see. Come on.
E-Boogie, I'm going to look at who he put up there. I didn't even look.
All right, so there's Jordan Battle, 6'1", 205, RAS of just under 9. Very, very strong. Very, very strong. Brandon Joseph, who I didn't put up there. So let me, I got Christopher Smith, 5'11", 195. Look at that RAS score, Dom.
He did not test well.
He doesn't look like he tested well at all.
He did.
That's not going to do well.
Listen, he's a guy that plays a lot better than what he.
There's lots of guys like that, and you know what? You got all those guys, man. The analytics guys, the GMs that get hung up on that sort of stuff. That's the kind of player, and this is an opportunity where he slides, and you get a gem in the 3rd, 4th, 5th round. That's what happens. How many times do we see guys taken in the 4th, 5th, 6th round and they're instant studs? You're like, how the fuck did the entire NFL pass on this guy 5 times? Well, it's stuff like that. That's exactly why.
Yeah.
Or he got caught with a little roach clip or something stupid. Roach clip. You hear that? Who knows what a roach clip is? Give me some fire emojis if you know what a roach clip is, everybody. The young kids are like, what the hell are you talking about? You mean a vape? All right. So I'm going to go ahead and end this poll, I think. Let's see what we got. How many votes? 81 votes. That's respectable. Jordan Battle. Look at this. Jordan Battle cleaning up.
It was a blowout.
Yeah. Jordan Battle coming aboard. Jets forever. What do you think?
Jordan Battle's a good player. I don't know how, he's kind of repetitious to what we have on the team already in Clark and Whitehead. I think he's more of a box, not true box, but kind of like that overhang, big nickel kind of safety. He might have the range to play free safety for us, but he's a good player nonetheless.
There you go. We get Jordan Battle. Now we can get rid of Whitehead, make $7 million. Go out to dinner.
Listen, there's those moves that are still yet to be made. I don't think, I'm not saying I agree with it, but I don't think Whitehead's long for the team. I think they're going to use that money. Once this Rodgers thing's done, I think Corey Davis and Whitehead, that's $18 million just about right there that you're freeing up.
Right.
So everyone's been crazy about the lack of movement that Joe Douglas is having in free agency. I just think, they're waiting for the pieces to kind of fall in to see who's there and so on and so forth.
All right. So just so you guys know, we took a tackle, took a center, got a defensive tackle and a safety. We can consider some things like linebackers, wide receivers. We can double dip on the offensive line, or that'd be triple dipping. We can also take maybe an edge. I'm going to throw up some interesting positions here, Dom.
Okay.
Let me get.
I'm for it.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. We got pick 112. We're going to go with linebacker. We're going to throw wide receivers up there. We're also going to put some edge up there.
And what about running back?
Okay, I'll throw running back up there. There it is. It's up. And I'll give you guys the big board action. Here we go. Ooh, look at that. Up top, we got a running back. What do you think of Kendre Miller?
Very good. Very good running back, as a matter of fact. There's tons. Sean Tucker from Syracuse. I know he battled some injury stuff last year. If he didn't, he'd be right up there in that second tier of guys that you hear like Jamar Gibbs and so on and so forth. He's an excellent player. Got linebackers out here. Chase Brown, Sydney's twin brother. Perfect spot for him also. Tough as nails, good contact balance. Like definitely that one cut and go kind of guy that fits our scheme. Mohamed Diabate, which we've talked about numerous times now, a guy that the Jets are definitely interested in. They spent a lot of time with him at the Shrine Bowl. He's a transfer, and he's a transfer from Florida. He started his career at Florida, played a little bit off ball, played a little bit of edge, does a little bit of everything. There's some good players here still.
Hey, we got some guys who know what a roach clip is in the chat. This is good. All right, I see you guys.
That means GVH, you're old.
That's right. Look at Mark from Asbury Park knows. Money Mitch knows. Braden knows. Look at that. Roach clips for Braden. He knows the deal.
They probably call him something weird down in New Zealand, like a slimy or something.
Yeah, right. What do they call him, Braden? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and end this poll.
Oh, wait. Don't do it yet. Let me vote.
Oh, go ahead and vote. You better hurry up. All right, we're giving you guys a few more seconds till Dom C is done. Linebackers crushed it, though, Dom. It's like It's not, no matter what you do, linebacker it is. So let's get over here to the linebackers. See what we got left. Ooh, Dion Henley's up there, overshown. Oh, there's lots of guys.
There's tons of them, man. They're so good right here.
I'm just going to take the top 4 here. That's what I'm going to do, I think, unless you got a real strong feeling.
Nah, listen, though, all those the top 5 are all good, so whichever ones you want. In my opinion,
Henley.
that is my opinion.
All right, we got Henley, we got Overshown, got Diabate. Oops. You got Beatty. And I'm going to skip Dennis and go with Dorian Williams. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. I would do the same.
All right. Hey, There it is. Now, while we're doing that, the poll is up, guys. We're getting toward the end of the draft here, so I'm not waiting all damn day. We're going to get our votes in and we're going to move on, okay? While we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and grab this here super chat, the yellow style from the main catch. Thank you, buddy. We appreciate you checking back in. Thank you, GreenBean, for another epic 10 o'clock mock. If you find yourself sitting saddened that the Bean stream has ended, hop on over to the main catch. There he is. Hope it lifts your spirits. Much love, Jets fam. And the thing is, it'd be a nice respite, right? When you're doing all this Aaron Rodgers talk and draft talk and free agency, and you want to just take a little break, you can head over to the main catch on YouTube and watch some fishing. And as he builds his channel, we can support him. Ah, what's better? Makes me want to drink a nice cold glass of iced tea, main catch. That's what I'm in the mood for all of a sudden. So thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Did you get your vote in, Dom?
I got my vote in. I'm not telling it, though.
All right. Y2K's in the house. New York Sports Wicker Media is still floating around in there.
Yes.
Let me go ahead and end this poll. Ooh, I thought Overshown was going to take it, I have to admit. But he didn't.
He didn't. He's not my favorite. He's not my favorite. Whoops. He's not my favorite linebacker in this class, Overshown. I think the name is better than the player, at least what I saw of him on film. But he's still young. He's only played linebacker for, just about 2 years. He was a safety. He was a safety that grew too big.
Yeah. So look at this. It's we got Henley. It was actually closer than it looked when I closed it. It like jumped up. So Dion Henley, a linebacker coming to town. All right. I think that's a strong pick. Remember, we're not taking trades. This is the traditional every mock that you do with PFN. They will at some point throw this trade up there for you. Some variation. They just want you to keep playing. That's what that is. This trade is designed to keep you in the sim. That's all it is. Come on, hang out. Where are you going? All right. So we have not taken a wide receiver. So I'm going to make this one short and sweet, right? We're going to do this. We're going to go 143 pick. We're going to do wide receiver and edge. That's it. Throw it up there. It's done. I don't want to hear it. It's done.
I like it. I like
wide
it.
receiver or edge because I want one of each or one or the other.
What does the board look like for both positions? Let's see.
Let's take a look. What a great idea. All right. So we have edge. Here we go. Isaiah McGuire up top. We got Mike Morris, Brenton Cox. Let's see who else. There we go.
Ollie Gay. Yaya from Louisville. He's an interesting guy. He's very Nolan Smith-esque. Same build, very slight in frame, but fast as could be off of that edge. Guy I like. He's probably a pass rush specialist at best in the pros, but still a guy I like. Not your typical Robert Saleh hand in the dirt type of edge, but a guy who could be effective nonetheless.
Yeah, you're talking about?
I'm talking about yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's take a look at the wide receiver options. You got Wicks, Wilson, Scott, Yeshovis. Yep, there it is. Raheem Jarrett. So you got some guys here.
You got some guys.
Yeah. Puka Nacua is still there. All right, so guys, let's see how many votes we got. 47. I'm telling you, I'm giving you 10 seconds.
Let me get mine in. Let me get mine in.
There he goes.
Get me singing.
Yeah, sing it. I'm backing you up. I'm your backup band, man. All right.
Dave from New Brunswick, you're right about that. Isaiah McGuire has some really, really good film out there, man.
All right, I'm ending it, Dom.
Let's go.
Wide receiver it is. So, Dom, I'm going to put the poll up. Tell me which 4 are going up there. It doesn't even have to be 4. Maybe 2, 3. What do we got?
Michael Wilson. I think
Okay.
the guy's really good. Ronnie Bell. I think he'll fit our offense very well.
I like it.
I don't know who else is up there. I mean, Yeshovis is a guy. I think he's a little bit more of a project, but he's a guy that people seem to like. I mean, he's got track speed.
All right. I'll put
He's
Raheem Jarrett up there too then, right?
Okay, sure. Tyler Scott's a good player too. I mean, they're a bunch of good players.
Yeah, yeah. All right, there we go. Here's your choices. Wide receiver is up, guys. In the interim, I think we have a question for Dom C. Imagine
For
that.
me.
Yeah, look at this. Jason Zay is checking in. Thank you, Jason. Says, Dom, thoughts on linebacker Cam Jones, center Juice Scruggs. Wow. What do you want? This is a whole show, Jason. I'll tell you what.
I'll
Thoughts
give you.
on linebacker.
I'll give you
If you can do them quick.
I don't do anything quick.
I know. Try. Then only do one.
I'll do Cam Jones because he's actually a guy that I really, really like. Cam Jones is he's a good linebacker. He's underrated. Indiana puts out good linebackers. They do something good in their coaching staff out there where they produce good NFL players. The problem with Cam Jones is that he battled a back injury last year. So he's kind of dipped. He would be right up there in that same. He's in that same tier, skill-wise, athleticism-wise, and ceiling-wise as the Diane Henleys, as the Dorian Williams, as the Servassier Dennises of the world. But he's getting slept on a lot because he missed a big chunk of the game with a back injury last year. He can play off ball. He can play strong or Sam or Will, but I think his home is probably going to be in the middle. He could definitely help in those passing situations as a nickel linebacker. I mean, he's got this, he's fluid enough to drop in coverage. He can cover tight ends, so on and so forth, and he can deliver a good hit. Cam Jones is one of my favorite. He's one of my favorite linebackers that nobody talks about. That's it. That's all I'm giving you.
Right. Good question, though, Jason.
And Jason, you can find out about all these guys very shortly when my draft guide comes out. It'll be out on GreenBean's website or the YouTube page, wherever decides he wants to link it up to. So
here it is. Right. We'll do it. We're gonna get it out there for you, though. I'll tell you that. All right, we're gonna end this poll.
I'm curious to see who won here, guys. I'm curious.
We got Michael Wilson is coming to town. So look,
I love it.
6'1", 216, right in the pocket. Let's grab him. There he comes.
I love it.
Good pick. Good pick. All right. This is our last pick, everybody.
Oh, they took Noah Ruggles. Oh, we don't need a kicker anymore.
That's right. We've signed Zerloin. We also Zerloin. I'm hungry. You got the Zerloin platter. So we also got we brought another punter in, a punter we had 2 years ago, Morstead. So what do you think here, man? What are we doing? Let's see. I'm gonna throw. What do you got?
The all, and let's see who's up there. Let's take the best available.
Well, I got to give it. All right, guys, we're going to do a quick one. I'm going to do a poll. We're going to give you 30 seconds. Get your votes in. We're going to do positions, okay? Last pick is a double up. Interior offensive line, defensive tackle, maybe grab another wide receiver.
Quarterback.
And quarterback. There it is. 30 seconds. I'm putting it up there right now. Get your votes in there if you want them, because now is the time. All right, let's see here. All right, it's going.
We're off.
Yeah, we're off and running now. All right, look at this. You guys are still talking about Jalen Hyatt as the first pick. Get over it. We'll do it next time. Fucking vote. You guys got to vote. That's what it is, huh? What do you think? FM and Jets Forever are together on Hyatt.
They love him.
They love him. You gotta get over it. Sometimes it doesn't happen. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. This is another close one here.
Yeah, look at this.
Got a 3-dog race. Get your votes in, guys.
All right, it's over though. Okay, it is over. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this poll. Interior, good for you. Oof. I like it. I like it. Okay, so we got Mafi.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. All right. Let's.
You got McClendon Curtis down there too. UT Chattanooga, No one knows about him. The guy's great. He was a tackle in college, destined to play guard in the inside. Can probably handle the center if asked to. He's a really, really good prospect.
All right. Well, look, we're going to put him up there. We're going to do another 30-second, man. This is what it is. Remember, this is depth. We're going to do our developmental guys here. This is what we're doing. So we got McClent. Whoops. Last pick. Lyndon Curtis. I'm going to give you guys, let me see. I'm just going to go. I'm going to use there. So I'm going to go with Mafi up top. Okay. And
you can also look at center if you want.
Yep. So that's what's next. Tonio Mafi. Let's slide over here. Spencer Anderson and Chris Murray, or I don't know any of these guys. Let's go with Anderson.
I watch a lot of Maryland tape. I can't honestly say with wholeheartedness that I did any work on Anderson. Most of the time I was spending on Duncan.
What does that tell you?
Yeah, I guess,
Yeah. Doesn't mean he doesn't have, something to work with. But okay. All right. Let's see. I'm looking at your comments. Malik Cunningham should be a Jet from Kareem. Maria Ochoa just wants some Stromboli. I get it.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Everybody loves a little Stromboli. Tell you, for the next 2 weeks, I'm not eating any meat, Dom.
Oof.
Yeah. Just cleaning up. Cleaning up the house by the end of March. My very, very strong hope and target is not to be vaping anymore at the end of March. That's it. No more vaping, no more smoking crack. I mean, I don't smoke crack. But I'm no more vaping. I'm going to just clean myself out, do a little cleanse action. And I'm going to get 3 inches taller and 40 pounds less. That's my goal.
Wow.
Yep.
And run a 4.240 like Kareem.
Exactly right. That's what I'm shooting for here.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to end it. 44 votes. Antonio Mafi. All right. It's our developmental guy. Okay, guys, we're going to get some letter grades once I pull this draft of ours up. Let me get this comment off here. No more roaches. No disinfo. No more roaches. All right, so here we go. What's going on? Why can't I see it? I fucking hate when it does that. You know what I mean? Like, let me see my draft. Oh, we gained a third. Look at us. Okay. All right, guys, here's how tonight's mock went. We started with tackle Broderick Jones after a trade back with Detroit where we gained an additional second. We followed that with center Luke Whippler out of Ohio State. Then we took defensive tackle Siaki Ika out of Baylor. We followed that with safety from Alabama Jordan Battle, linebacker Dion Henley, Michael Wilson, the wide receiver out of Stanford, Antonio Mafi, a developmental guard out of UCLA. And we also gained a 3rd round pick for next year's draft. Not bad. Okay, let's get our letter grades. Dom, you can think about yours for a brief moment. Margalit says B-. FM still stuck. I can't even give a letter grade. I'm so jammed up. Jets Forever F. All right. Yeah, I tell you, man, you're just a funny fella. Austin wants, is this a 10 o'clock mock? It is, dude. Braden says B-. He didn't like the Jordan Battle pick. All right.
He wanted a linebacker. That guy loves
there?
linebacker.
Yes, he does. Margalit
Braden wants 7 linebackers.
Well, you could use them. Hey, put some at safety, right? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Margalit says B+ as well, Braden. So Kareem, another F. It's so funny. You can predict. One day I'm gonna do a mock, and it's only gonna be Jets Forever, FM, Kareem, and like
We could
one
do it.
other
We could do
dude.
it. We could do it right now. I'm sure the chat could read it out. Hyatt in the first,
Right. We know
Avila in the
exactly what you're
second,
gonna do.
Whippler in the third, Malik Cunningham in the fourth. That's what I'm talking about, right?
It's really funny, man. It's like, yeah, I mean, that's what's called being predictable, guys. You don't want to be predictable. Square Me Weasel, A+. B- from Jordan. Rob V does remind us that Jets Forever is always going to be an F. Yeah, that's right. Vervain, B-. Maria likes it. Nice haul. We didn't get better. Yeah, that's right. We didn't get better at all, Jets Forever. You're definitely making a case for yourself here. C+ from Ryan. Wicker Media himself says B, solid B.
Okay.
Phil gives it a B+. Rob gives it a B. FM, I can't. I'm wearing down. I'm not sure if you've picked up on it. The last 15 minutes, I've hit a fucking brick wall. I'm done. C+ from Disinfo. Nothing to write home about. All right. Maria, on secondhand, says A-. So Jesse gives it a D. Hawk gives it an A-. Mark says B. Money Mitch, B-. Hank gives it a B. D. Santana with a B+. John Sauer with a B-. Look at that. I think I'm picking up. You take away the tops, you take away the bottoms, and we're looking at a solid B from the chat. Curly Norman, B+. Jason Zayas, B+. And here comes the obvious FMF because we missed on Jalen Hyatt. B- from Margaret again. Mike, you guys are doubling up now. Mike says a B. Cyrus says a C+. Ant Jets B. Just because 3 out of 7 on the O-line. Hell yeah, I like it, man. Fish Alaska with a B. Gitmo Bob, C-. Yuck from Bob. E-Boogie, B-. Safety and wide receiver, not my cup of tea. Yeah, that's what happens when you wait. When you wait a little while, you for wide receiver, you start to get guys that, you haven't really taken a look at. You might love them. Who knows?
Yeah.
Dave from New Brunswick
gave a square.
A heart. Yeah, no, I think it's a heart. He loves it. A+ from New York, or A+, because we didn't take Hyatt. There it is. Youth for you with the B+.
That was good, Watu K. That was good. What do you say first? I always go first. Let's hear from you, Bean.
Let me see this thing. I mean, what's interesting? There's some placement I don't love, right? Like, so there's like movement around, but I gotta say, with the 2 seconds, might not be my first choice, but I'm not unhappy. I think it's a very strong draft. I'm going to give it a solid B, man. Solid. Like, I might even lean into B+ territory, especially with the extra third for next year. Like, yeah, I think that's B+. The third pushes me from B to B+. That's where I am.
Okay. I'm a little lower. I'm going to tell you, I'm not a huge Siaki Ika guy. So that one kind of sits on me. There's other safeties I like better than Jordan Battle, although I think Battle's a good guy. But on the same token, really like Henley and Wilson. So I'm going to say C+, B-. I'll say C+.
Got it.
I'm going to say C+.
From Dom C. You got a B+ from GreenBean. FM changed it from an F to a C just because I'm here. I like that. I'll ride that. Thank you, FM. All right. FM wants everybody to watch Hyatt. Like, if you haven't, most people I think have at this point. Go ahead, take a little look at some breakdown tape of Jalen Hyatt. I think you're going to like it. All right, guys, there it is. So that is our mock for tonight. You want to do another whole one and start over and do it till 2 a.m.?
Let's just start fresh. We're going to, one of these times, we're going to draft and we're not going to take a tackle in the first round. And that's not to say, chat, that I don't think we need to take a tackle. But mocks are meant to be informative, right? They kind of put data out in the field to say, okay, if we didn't do this, what does this look like?
See, they don't realize, some of these guys can't get that through there. They can't absorb that. Like what we're doing here, again, you can do as many mocks as you want by yourself. You can fucking pick Jalen Hyatt all day. Yay! You can just do it all day. What this is an attempt to see how, when other minds come into the fray, how it knocks your plans off. What do you do? Trying to maybe think about, what if I changed it and did that instead of this? Seeing what it looks like. What happens to the board? We're trying to learn. We're trying to have some fun. And we're trying to see what the hell's really going to happen. And then when it's draft day, we got a pretty good idea of what we want and why we're going to be so pissed. That's what it's really all about. Guys, this is really a good time. I love hanging out with you guys. Yeah, I think that's about it. Dom, you got anything coming up? You got any videos out? I know we just put out your Luke Whippler breakdown tape. It's on the channel right now, guys. Dom C doing what Dom C does. It's a great video. Nice and simple, easily digestible. It's on the channel right now, called Project Prospect Luke Whippler. It's in the Dom C playlist.
Yes, and I got one coming out, which will be out probably at the end of this week. You'll have it tomorrow, or Wednesday at the latest, on Mozzie Smith. We're gonna do a little quick deep dive into some of these defensive tackles, and the focus on this one is going to be Mozzie Smith, the nose tackle from Michigan. Yeah,
I love it. That's going to be great, guys. Now, I wanted to maybe show you guys something. Maybe I didn't. What the hell was it?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what it is? Beanbaggers. If there are any beanbaggers left in here, I found an old audio comedy tape from me. It's like 6 minutes of comedy that was taken from a show I did at Kenny's Castaway in New York City years ago, in another lifetime. I'm going to be sending that audio file to my beanbaggers. Awesome. Yeah, only my beanbaggers are going to get that one. It's not going to be released later. Like the beanbaggers get a lot of early release stuff. This one will never go outside the beanbaggers, at least not from me. One of these motherfuckers will probably take it and send it out. You know how it goes. They're like, oh, yeah, I'll show you. Either way, I'm not sending it to anybody except my beloved beanbaggers. And if you want to get in on that, guys, the link is in the description. It's going to be fun. And look, it's all about drugs. How much the damage of LSD. That's the topic of this comedy routine, Dom. So guys, listen.
Can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Guys, for Dom C and myself, I want to thank you guys for being here. Again, Dom C's amazing content is right here on this channel, and we're grateful for all of your support. Episode 109 of GreenBean's Jets Pod is up right now. It's a good one, in my opinion. If you haven't checked it out, go ahead and take a look. And if you want to do it on audio podcasts, you can get it anywhere podcasts are. Apple, Google, Spotify. It's out there. Guys, we thank you for being here, and we will see you next time.
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8.
Johnny Lamb Jones. Wide receiver. As a season ticket holder of the Jets, I'm going to fool Ken O'Brien of California Davis.
Obviously, the Jets know something that, the people up there don't.
Fullback. Roger Vick. Jeff Lageman.
Jets just don't understand the draft all back.
Blair Thomas, running back, Penn State. Johnny Mitchell. The New York Jets select tight end from Penn State, Kyle Brady. Vernon Golson.
Cleveland traded the 5th pick to the New York Jets. And with the 5th pick in the 2009 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Mark Sanchez.
D. Milner. Dino Smith. Jets select quarterback Christian Hackenberg.
Sam Darnold.
The New York Jets select Zach Wilson.
Future Pro Bowler, Elijah Moore.
Michael Carter, running back,